All right, here we are. See if anybody shows up. We shall see. It don't look like anybody's coming. Woo, woo, woo. That's two people. Let's see here. Hey, Red, were you in that other? Were you over there with Lynn and Jody? Red? Let's see. Now, how do I do this other thing? Let me think. I don't know if I know how to do this or not. Hell, I don't know. Hey, James Kilpatrick. I forgot how to put the let's see. Hey. Yeah. There it is. Hey, Finn. Yeah, there you are. Anybody wants to come up? I think there's the link. I hope I did that right. I don't do this very often, but I'm wide awake, so I've been coon hunting tonight. Well, I ain't been hunting. I've been sitting and listening to the dogs. Hey, Lucky. Anybody wants to come up here, there's the link. Y'all up mighty early. Somebody must be going hunting. I mean, fishing. Fins, I know you ain't going hunting. Duck season got to be closed. And I just got a friend request from Judy. I wonder if they want to come up. I don't even know how to do it. Hey, Andy, hey. I'm just going to bed. All right, boy. I can't remember Judy Phelps. Uh, James, what are you doing up so late? Did y'all had a show early tonight? Hey, Rusty. Y'all had a show early tonight, didn't you? In Saturday night, yeah. Well, I guess it don't look like we're gonna get anybody up here. I may do that again. Maybe somebody wants up. Hey, Peak, Rustic. Tell me, I put that link in there. Is that right? Is that how I do it? Oh, power been out. Hmm. Lucky. What you doing? Hey man. Hey man. Oh, Lucky. Quick. Yeah. Mm. The crazy cat. Cutting it through my shirt. Ain't much going on here. We got cold tonight. Gonna be good weather tomorrow though. I ought to get my lazy self up and go fishing. It's supposed to get to 67 today and rain tonight. Just got home from work. Lord have mercy, boy. You work second shift? What shift is that? Second shift? Well, I reckon everybody's sleepy. I can't figure out what I got. I normally work 4 a.m. to 2 p.m., but when you for overtime, 10 p.m. to 2:30. Okay, let's see here. Oh, no. Well, I just realized how did I do this now? Let me see. Search. Yeah, here we go. All right, I got it there now. All right. I see now, I wonder how share this. Share, which slide extra. I don't know how to do it. Oh well. Somebody, where's Rustic? You gonna come up here after you get some coffee? James, you want to come up? There's a link up there. If you can stay awake. Put it in there again. There's somebody right there.
Oh,
Hey.
you need somebody to love.
Uh-oh. What's
How
going
you
on,
doing?
Rick? Hey,
I'm
man.
all right. How's yourself, my man?
All right. Where's my girlfriend?
She's here. She's here. Hold on. Stevie Wazzy says, "Where's my girlfriend?"
Hi, Steve.
Hold on
Hey,
one
Judy.
sec. Let's see if it works. I'm running off my phone data. So our Wi-Fi box went out in a storm last night.
Oh, Lord.
So I got that tethered to my laptop.
Why is that coming up for this video?
Cause it's there you go.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, girl.
Should be in.
Hi.
Hold on, you got on the most. There we go.
How are
I
you,
see her back
honey?
there.
You good?
There we
I
go.
said, I see you back there.
Oh, how you doing this morning, buddy?
Doing all right. I went out and listened to the dogs run tonight and got home about 1:30 and was over there with Lynn and Jody and Dan. And
Oh yeah.
I decided I wasn't ready to go to bed, so I opened one up.
Yeah. Nice.
Some of the guys came over.
Yeah. I wonder why
Few.
it's so zoomed in. Can't see Jude.
I don't want to do.
Oh, okay. Well.
You just said hi to Steve. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, that's the first time she's been in front of the cam. It says, "I said hi to Steve. I'm good."
Hey, Bug Man.
Here, let me give you a share here. Do you want me to share it out, or do you care?
I don't care.
Okay. All right. I know some people say no. They're like, no, keep it
They
quiet.
don't bother. It don't make me any difference. I ain't got anything to hide.
Yeah. Me neither.
I was trying to get it on my phone, and I can't even find it on. I don't even know how to watch it on my phone.
Go to your own homepage, and then to your page. It should be right the first video you see on your top page. If not, go to videos, and then you'll see it. Sometimes it gets a little funky at first. Did you just jump up on stream now? Yeah, you just got up here. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
I
And
got
then
it.
pause. And then you can pause the video, right? You know that, right? Just pause the video so you're not getting the bandwidth. The comments will keep going. But make sure it's on live chat. That way you
Yeah.
don't have two videos running at the same time. Yep, there you go. Awesome. There you go, buddy.
And I don't even know why I did it, but I always put that phone on too when.
Yeah. That's what I do. I like the comments you can see on StreamYard, but it's not, it's tricky, right? It ends up running everything weird.
Well, I can see the comments on StreamYard. The ones when you go directly through YouTube, they disappear.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But I'm going through StreamYard. I don't see the duck anywhere.
No. Well then, did you pay for the program?
No.
Oh, well, the duck should be up there.
I know it should be, but
Oh, it looks like you're a paid customer for tonight. Yeah. So tell me more. Did you go out coon hunting?
Yeah, well, I sat in the truck and listened to the dogs.
Yeah. Did you
I
get?
didn't walk. I stayed
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
of
truck.
course. Yeah. And how was it? Was it cool? Did you get any?
No, they didn't make but one good tree, and they got a. Oh, it's about 50 miles west of here, east of here. Excuse me, where the woods were, and they got about 4 inches of rain the other day.
Yeah.
And the woods are full of water and it's draining out. Draining, and that's always tough on dogs when the water's moving like that.
Nice.
But
That's cool to see you streaming on your own, Steve. It's cool to see you doing that. That's neat. I know you're normally up on people's panels, so it's cool to see you doing it. I was able to
no,
come over
well,
and catch you.
I just wasn't ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't. I slept a long time this morning because I was up a long time last night,
Oh yeah.
and I might have been partaking a little bit last night.
Hey, buddy. It's all right, man. You know. It's Friday's.
Yeah,
It's a fun one. Things change, but I appreciate you. I love you, man. You're one of my favorites. I don't know why. I just,
I
I'm
don't
still,
either.
I'm still, I'm still trying to figure it out. But I do. I really like you. I think you're awesome. You shoot it straight, and your stories are true. I
Well,
think a lot more people should be listening to you.
oh, well.
But what do we know, right?
What do we know?
What do we know? Rustic, how you doing, buddy? Off the res, Bugman, thanks. I'm gonna do a share, get some more up in the house. Some of the
Yeah,
good people.
Rusty, we falling right now. The river's falling, gonna fall for a couple of days, and then it's going back. It was at 33 feet. It's dropping down to about 30 feet and going back to 36 feet. So we gonna get plenty of water. 2 inches an hour. Well, all that's headed this way. And on the graph, the river goes. Let me get this right. Where did I go? It goes down. Let me get over here. It goes down and then straight up to 36 feet up here. So I don't know. The fishing gonna be messed all up,
There you go.
but that's just the way it is. I would. Tomorrow gonna be 67 degrees here. I ought to get my sorry self out there and see if I could at least. But I watched Danny Stone fished up there on the river today, and he caught 3 little channel cats.
I called it right in the tournament, man. I was in big cap locks. I said Danny Stone's taking it. He got the biggest fish. He won her.
Well, how big was the fish?
I'm not sure. I left out before, but I gave big shout outs to all the channels. I'm gonna have to go and look, but he got biggest fish, and that's crazy because he's facing against people who are going for blues and flats, right? So I mean the odds were out of his favor, really. He had more chance of catching channels than anything else where he was.
Yeah, he fishing in that run out, I think.
Yeah, that's his spot. He's confident in that spot.
Him and Rustic wear the channel cats out right there.
Yeah,
Look, Ray has asked you a question there.
sure. Yes, sir, I can. Yeah, I could print off your profile pic, yeah, to fit a shirt, yeah. Yeah, it'd be an iron-on logos, and then I could send them to you. Matt, it's $22, and you can get, like, depending on how big you want your logo to do, for $20 you could do 40 shirts. No joke. So the printer's right here. You see? That little printer right there does me wonders, and the shirts look like this. Nothing wrong with those. They're just good for if you're going. I was telling a young kid there, another channel, he's a younger kid, and man, he was giving off like really good merch and all this stuff. And his dad owns a restaurant in Nashville, so I thought that was super cool. His dad actually owns 7 saloon restaurants in Nashville, Steve. 7 of them, and they all do live music and stuff. So I was talking with him. I'm going to talk to his father. if you don't mind, I'll mention his page or mention his channel. He's a
Go
young,
ahead. It
yeah.
ain't gonna bother me. You put
He's
it in the
13.
chat.
He's 13 years old, and his name's Hobbs Fishing Outdoors. Some people probably know him, but it turns out his old man knows a lot of people. Met some really big things. So on Monday, he's live interviewing a guy with over 100,000 subs, and what he does, you probably know him, Steve. He writes a fishing cookbook, and it's worldwide on Instagram, and he writes all these recipes and everything. So I mean, after Monday, he's going like that's it, right? And so I was talking with his dad. Has actually got I won a hat off of him tonight and stuff. Judy won a $10 Amazon card and a hat and some other stuff too, and tackle and all. Man, this kid was giving away. 13-year-old kid must gave away at least $400 worth of stuff.
They must have more money, plenty of money.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So
One of those deals.
he's
building him a channel fast.
He is, and he's 13, right? So by the time he gets up there, I told him, I said, by the time you're my age, you'll be 1 million subs. Like he fishes for multiple fish, but he's a bass. He targets bass, eh?
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I asked him about his gear because he's young, right? So I was trying to keep him focused on the fishing during the idle time. So he's pulling out all his rods and stuff, and he's getting all excited, right? Trying to teach him he says, I want to do a podcast. I said, well, if you do, getting these practices and stuff like this, don't worry about chat. Like, tell him how you're doing it. You know what I mean? So then I gave him, Shark Smith Angling, nice. So then I gave him a little direction because of this guy being so big, right? I told him, don't do it live, right? I said, pre-record this thing, sit down in the living room with him, and write down and do your homework on his channels. Make sure you let him know that you're looking at his stuff and be oriented and ask him the right questions, right? Stay focused. He's going to blow up right after that. It's let me get his channel for sure here. Do you have it? You're sharing it now? Oh yeah, Judy's doing all this link sharing.
I've got other work to do.
She's like, I got other work to do.
He already tasked me for other shit, man.
I know, I'm sorry. Don't bite me. Hold on, Hobbs.
I'm only one person.
Yeah, it's just Hobbs Outdoors, but that's his
what
channel.
You said it was what?
His channel is Hobbs Outdoors. He's just a young little.
Outdoors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw him. I saw a notification today.
That's right.
I mean, it wasn't to me. It just flashed up.
Yeah, I shared it.
Up to him, I don't think. No.
Really cool kid, man. Very mature. He knows his stuff. I mean, when I was asking him questions about fishing and stuff, he was on it, man. He was on it, and he has some really nice rods. He put me on some nice products that are cheap and that work really well. And I just kind of teased his brain throughout the stream. I got up on stream with him, helped him get his GoPro going, so that way he can do the live streams and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a really cool kid, and I just wish I could remember the name of the person that he's interviewing. But he has 3 interviews right now with one's a big famous musician from Nashville. That'll be the next Monday. Every Monday he's going to be doing interviews. So you can imagine a 13-year-old kid interviewing celebrities that go to these restaurants for his dad, right? His dad knows them all.
Right.
That's the thing. His dad's got the gateway. That's the thing, right? So I said, well, I'm following the wrong person then. Who's your dad?
Who's your daddy?
So.
No, I haven't seen Kentucky Outdoors either. But these kids can do wonders with a computer. They know all this stuff. They can. If you can't figure one out,
there you go, baby.
Get a kid to do it for you.
I can't. I'm not wrenched in.
Oh.
Poopy doo.
That's because Steve wants your channel color to be red. Like flowers, you know what I mean? She tried to share the link in your stream, and I guess she's not wrenched in. So.
Well, she's not a mod.
Yeah. She goes, oh, I'm not wrenched in. She goes, what kind of boyfriend is he?
Well, wait a minute.
I got the bodge, but I ain't a mod.
Yeah, I got the...
I can fix that. Does Judy have a channel, or she goes by this one here?
Yeah, CFM Queen.
Yeah.
What's that?
As
CFM
Johnny
Queen.
Small
Yeah.
Small Pepper calls me Hot Maj.
Yes, Johnny Small Pepper calls her Hot Mod. So what I'll teach you a trick. As soon as she comments on your chat here in your phone,
That's right.
okay. So make a comment, honey. Just say, "Hey, USD."
I did. Where is it?
Okay, we'll do it again. Don't make them search for it. Us older guys, we don't like to work too hard, eh?
Yeah, I know how to do it. If I
Working
can
too
get
hard or hardly working?
There you go. I think she commented now.
I just said hey.
Yeah, he said. She
there,
said, yeah. I don't know, but I've been noticing like a bunch of channels are catching a whole back of fish, Steve. So if you got nice weather coming, man, maybe you should go out
They're
and do a
wrenched
pitch
in.
one out there.
Thank you.
'Cause everybody's catching fish after this storm now.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I probably ought to get up and go. Did it work, Judy? Is she blue now?
Are you blue?
Yeah,
she's
she's blue. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's blue. I see it on myself.
She'll share links and stuff while she's in there.
I probably ought to put another. We're Rustic's already
I
blue.
came in to share the one that you asked me to. I still haven't finished the other thing.
Yeah, I got a bunch of
Oh,
mine.
it should be right.
Everybody
Sorry,
told me I
sorry.
needed to add some, so I've been adding them.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, there they go.
Nice.
Wait, where's Shark Smith Angling? Is he in Australia?
Oh, I know he's. I'm not
What?
sure. I think it's is he Australia or UK? I think it's Australia. Pretty sure it's Australia.
He said, mate, that sounds like Australia.
Yeah. Or UK. UK does the mate thing too. The
Do
English.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
That must have something to do with the Queen.
Yes. Yeah. That was funny. I was getting people razzing me about my beard all night.
Yeah, I don't want nobody messing with
UK, okay.
UK, yeah.
I like that beard.
Boy, that Lance sure got rid of his hair.
Sorry.
Have you seen him, Rick?
Yes, yeah, I did see him. Yeah, I was up earlier.
He
in the
shaved
cannon.
it off, boy.
Yeah, he cleaned it up. He says it's getting warm soon. Man,
Yeah.
if I shave this off, you won't even know who I am.
I know I'm worried Lance Romance is gonna get
But
cold.
just literally, it's a whole turnaround.
Right.
Yeah, people go, holy, what are you, 20? Yeah, I get ID'd and stuff. It's weird. Walk in there fully tattooed, sleeves and everything. They still ask me for ID. TX Tiger, welcome. How you doing?
Hey, Tiger. Yeah. You know, these names that are in here, none of them were in that other live stream. They must have been in there and just wasn't talking.
I'm still not done doing our page one. Oh, sorry, me
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go make a coffee here. I'll be right back.
Early morning, Tiger.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna be in front of the camera.
I
Do you
don't
want?
care.
You don't care?
I'll
Okay.
do it. I'll just for
Come sit
Steve.
here. For Steve, yeah, of course. Don't fear.
What's
Don't
up?
fear the Reaper, baby. We're saved now. It's
Oh.
done. Don't fear the Reaper.
There she
Hey.
is.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Doing
Here's my U.S. boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm okay, Sheriff.
good. Here you go, Eric. I mean, well, how do I do this? How do I do this? The young cat. He asked me how's the cat done. Hell, I'm
What's
sitting up here
wrong?
bleeding.
What's going on with your arm there?
That cat. He won't get 5 feet from me, but he don't want me to pick him up. And if I got my hand moving or something, he'll swat me.
Oh, feisty is he?
Oh man, yeah, he's not as bad as he used to be. Man, I couldn't get around him at one time. I came up there and get his claws cut,
Oh,
but I would have him pulled out, but I'm scared that he'll get outside, and if that cat can't climb, he's in jeopardy.
exactly. I honestly, Steve, I wouldn't do that to no cat either because, like you're saying, he gets out, he has no defense mechanism on the go for himself, right?
No.
It'd be like a death warrant, really. Honestly,
That's right.
for him.
So I won't do it. I just have to put up with getting scratched a little bit.
I know some people think if
You
they
know.
just do the back claws or the front claws, it's no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, me and Lucky fight pretty good. But look here, Judy. That cat sleeps on my hip at night. I mean, that cat loves me. He stays.
I want a cat the way I want a cat.
Sleep on your hip. Does he need into you like rice pudding?
Before he goes to sleep, he does. He does all that.
He's got to get it all comfortable before he lies in, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
But,
his name?
But I mean, he's always right where I am. I mean, he's right here, and
Yeah.
I can call him. He comes like a dog.
Does he? That's nice.
But I was sitting here a minute ago. I had my hand hanging off the chair counter, and he got to batting my hand and cut the fire out of me.
Oh, he's like, get off that stream. Pay attention to me. But then you pay attention to him and they run away.
No, he won't. If I pick him up, I'm in trouble, sure enough, because I got 4 claw marks in.
Oh, my. He likes to be in control, Steve. I'm sure of it.
I don't know what it is about him.
We're talking
But
about his cat.
But now, at night when we go to bed, I can pet him and rub him.
Yeah. But it has to be on his time. Cats are like
It's
that.
got to be on his
The thing
time.
about pussies, you can never really control or tame them, right?
Rich said something. I don't know if I should repeat it, though. You said that's the thing about the P word.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said that's the thing about pussies, you can't control or really tame them. You just gotta pet them, warm them up. You can't. You gotta find
Okay.
your own.
Sorry.
Okay.
Cats are like that, though, honestly. Some like to be left up and picked up, and some look at you, oh, you're home. Are you going to feed me? Oh,
That's
no? Like, you want to come near me and pet me? Well, no. Not today.
right.
Like,
Not now.
not now.
Hey, Carpin.
Another coffee, love?
Yes, please, honey. My cup's right here.
But
Rich is making me coffee. Isn't that nice?
I have to. I'm worried, Steve. But I know how Steve, which I gotta pull my game up.
And like you said, you control half the money and all the.
Steve ever
oh,
decides to cross the
so
border, he's gonna roll.
He ought to make you some coffee.
Take you.
Rich is saying if Steve ever makes it across the border, that he's in trouble with me.
He's gonna come romance you.
He's gonna come romance me.
I gotta pull up my game.
He says he better up his game.
You have
Oh,
a
good
U.S.
heavens.
have a U.S. sugar daddy.
The U.S. sugar daddy, he says.
What? Yeah, I'll just go to work. I'll be the muscle in the relationship. Steve can be
Rich
the
says he'll
romance.
be the muscle in the relationship, and you can be the romance.
When she starts seeing them $500 checks rolling in up there about every 3 weeks,
He says when
He'll-
she sees
he'll
those
put that damn
$500
guitar-
text rolling in every few weeks.
he'll put that damn guitar down and get that roofing hammer out. Go to work.
He'll put that guitar down and get his funds to work. He says.
And down that printer. And them iron-on patches, he got to get finding some roofs to fix.
He'll forget about the iron-on patches and go get him some roofs to fix.
Some what?
Some roofs to fix. Steve, you make me laugh. I love it.
He had to get his cash flow straightened out.
Yeah, well, usually it ain't happening like this, but
Mm.
won't get into it all. But it's not. We don't like to talk politics, so he was like telling his boss, "Hey, man, not today. I don't want to talk about that big C thing going on around, And his boss didn't like it too much. Then dropped his tools off, sent him a text, said, "Hey, tools are in the garage. They ain't gonna be work." It's like, "Oh, thanks." Right after Christmas, it's mighty nice of you. So
I just got him to Christmas. That's it. That's what it was.
So that's why we're in the situation we're in at, because we wasn't expecting anything like that.
I usually work right through the winter.
He usually works right through the winter and everything.
Is that working on putting roofs on during the wintertime?
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
anything
weather
around-
conditions.
Yeah, I was thinking to
Anything
say, I
around
figured it was.
-10 or lower, I can work.
Yeah, I mean, as long as because they'll shovel the snow right off the roof and whatnot.
Yeah.
But certain
Well,
things.
Let me ask you this.
Keep the bundles in a heated garage.
Right, so they'll be flexible enough to work with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I know down here we have tornadoes and high winds and hail quite a bit that ruins
Yeah,
the roof. What
yeah.
what gets them up there? Just cold weather and
Cold
snow,
at
or
night,
y'all
boy.
have?
Yeah, like if there's snow, it's fine. As long as everything isn't all slippery, like rain can be a problem.
I mean,
No, rain
that
doesn't.
gets the roof where
No,
you have.
it's
Work
not.
in the union, new roofs. There's no drywall, no nothing.
Oh, okay. Can you
It's just
hear him,
wood.
Steve?
Oh yeah, you can hear me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's but if it's all slippery and whatnot, that's a problem.
You need to tie up.
He'll
You gotta
tie
roll.
up though. So I
but
mean,
what I'm
You
saying
got
is,
a roller
what
coaster ride. You slip
what damages the roof in the first place?
oh,
Just
there's
regular wear and tear, or do
it
y'all
could.
have, do you have hail
You
damage?
put
And
planks on the bottom and stuff to stop it
It
from
there
sliding
it
up.
varies. I mean, yeah, wind's a factor definitely.
Wind
If
is the
somebody
big
did a
one.
shoddy job before and didn't put things
just
proper,
normal wear and tear.
normal wear and tear. Yeah, windstorms,
Wind's
weather.
the big one.
Yeah, if there's a, like, say somebody nailed something off wrong, and
Mhm.
there's a leak and it's not weather tight underneath, and the water gets in certain places, that can cause many problems if somebody didn't do it right beforehand. Yeah,
High nailing.
yeah, high nailing. Yeah,
High nailing.
They
Guys
walk
not
down.
nailing in the right spot.
yeah, you got to put them in the right
Or
spot.
if they over nail a shingle. If you over nail a shingle, your product ends up splitting up and everything, right?
Yeah,
Guys going.
yeah, yeah. He gets
14
nailed
nails in
unhappy.
a
It's
shingle.
not good.
They're like, look at me go, look at me go, look at me
Rich, no
Usually
gas.
somebody hollered at you in
I
the
have
chair.
competitions I've
Oh,
won.
because he's.
What?
Hi, Wharfdale. How are you?
Oh, yeah,
Hi,
there's gonna be some
everybody.
boys coming in now.
Hello.
UK scene's
Hi,
coming,
everyone.
UK scene's coming to come
Yeah,
right
Rich
now. You
shared
watch
you
and
on
see.
Community tab.
I can't hardly understand those Englishmen.
The UK scene is strong as heck, man. They're awesome.
It's like Ozzy Osbourne. I can understand him clear as the bell in the clean day, when he's singing. But when the guy's talking and whatnot, I can't understand a bloody word he's saying. Not Ozzy.
Yeah,
I'm good with the British though. My last name's Phelps, and I'm part English, right? So I'm a regular Heinz 57 actually.
you use ice and water shield this.
Do you know where my blue went?
Oh, you're
Well,
saying
Wharfdale, were you wrenched in on Steve's before?
that. Yeah, no, you're not
No,
on my
he-
stream.
he thinks
you're
he's on your
on
stream.
Stevie's stream right
Yeah,
now.
no, this isn't our stream, Wharfdale. This is Steve's.
Yeah.
But
The-
we shared
the-
him in the tab because we're visiting.
So you can find us.
So you could find us. Yeah. But
I can fix that though.
he can fix that though. Steve's gonna wrench you up, Wharfdale.
He's
Wharfdale's
really
a
good,
guy.
Steve. You got
If
word
he
of him.
wanted to
He's
be,
a really good
if he wanted
channel.
to be blue,
And
he can be
shares out.
blue.
He's gotten me probably at least 20 subs in the last 3 days, just him in the UK.
Yeah.
Well, I think I got him. Yeah, there
Right
he
on.
is.
Right on. Okay, Wharfdale, you're wrenched in.
There you go, walk there.
Only
That's
share
okay,
CFM
Wharfdale.
links.
Don't worry about it. Steve's a good guy.
Don't worry about it, man. I fixed
No,
you up there.
Wharfdale, you only share CFM links.
You stop it. Don't worry, I'll tan his buns later, Steve. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm part Cherokee Indian Native. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you can sit
German, Irish, Scottish, and English.
Okay.
I know I'm a mixed a bloodhound here, Mm.
I'm fixing them all up in there. Cherokee Indian, how about that?
Yeah.
Now, how in the world did a Canadian end up with Cherokees up there?
Okay, so basically, when we got our as a clan, got our butts kicked in the U.S., a bunch of them migrated to Canada.
Instead of going to Oklahoma?
Yeah, yeah. And so, my grandma, she was full on Cherokee Native blood. So
Okay.
yeah, that's my dad's mom. So, but then she married what they call a Canuck, and he
Canuck,
was
yeah.
an English man with the last name Phelps, and they didn't like that too much. They kind of He kicked her to the wayside a bit. Yeah, she's had some things happen in the family way with that, and he was part of the Air Force and whatnot. So when you would look up our land plot, because
Hey, G-Star.
you probably know, Steve, that some people, as far as payment goes, way back in the day, would inherit land via like the Air Force or the Army or whatever.
Yeah, grant,
So
land
yeah,
grant.
yeah, so it was really cool because when I would look up map for Wainfleet, they're real old, but you would see our name across it on the map, Phelps on it. It was so
Mm.
neat to see. Yeah,
Yeah, in the old days, that's how they paid their veterans was with land grants.
that's exactly it. So
That
my
that's what caused the French and Indian War
yeah, yeah,
because the French had claimed the Mississippi River Valley,
yeah.
and after the war with Spain, England and Spain, they gave all those vets land in the Mississippi River Valley.
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
So
and France had already claimed all that land. LaSalle, I think yeah,
LaSalle,
LaSalle.
it was LaSalle.
He
Yeah,
and then we had Marquette and Joliet. You know, they came down the river
yeah.
and tried to do the treat the Indians right and everything. And they it was a hell of a mess, man.
Niagara Falls, New York. They have a high school that's named after him, LaSalle High. Yeah.
You know.
My sister went there when she moved to the
But
U.S.
you know
Yeah.
what they were looking for? You know what the French were looking for when they claimed all that land?
No, what?
Fur,
Oh, the
fur.
furriers. That's right.
That's what they were looking
Yeah.
for. And we
Yep.
have down here. I see. I live right on the Mississippi River, and these smaller rivers that empty in, there are and the creeks that run into the little tributaries. They had tanneries. Is that what you call them? Tanneries?
I think so.
And they dammed those little creeks up. They dammed them up, and I don't know, but I metal detect. I've told y'all I metal detect. That's my other hobby, and I've metal
Cool.
detected a couple of those old tanneries
Oh yeah.
where they were, and it's just woods now. And a little old creek, it ain't you can step across it, but there's still all kinds of, and it's all French stuff. If you
Oh.
find a coin, it'll be an old French coin. Uh, I've never found one I could date. I could put a date on because it's always
Yeah.
they in such bad shape. But yeah, we had a world of French, even in Mississippi where I live.
Yeah.
And there are tanneries everywhere. There were.
Yeah. It was
So
big back then, actually, for the fur trade. Yeah.
they made a big deal out of it. Hey, G Star, Steve Locke.
TX
I'm trying to keep up with the hello.
for the freaking crew.
But my ancestors on my daddy's side, my daddy's still alive. He's 98 years old.
Oh wow.
He, yeah, he's from Vermont,
Oh
Bennington,
nice.
Rutland, Vermont. Uh, but when his side of the family, part of his family, they were in Nova Scotia,
Oh wow. I have friends out there.
and they
Yeah.
were there when the church kicked all of the people out of the when all of the Evangeline and all they came around to South Louisiana.
Yeah.
They were all French speaking people,
Yeah.
and they
This is
kicked them.
before the big fire out there, out in
This was
Beaver,
in
right?
the 1600s, 1700s,
Oh yeah, this is well before the big fire out there. Yeah.
and I forget what they called it. They had a name for it, but they exiled all of those people,
Oh
and I
wow.
guess they were the Catholics. Is that why they did it? Were they Catholics or were they Protestants?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
But they ran them all out. Well, a bunch of them came into upstate New York, and a bunch of them got on boats and sailed down the Atlantic around the end and came into New Orleans to where there's New Orleans. They got the Bourbon Street and the big all that the French Quarter.
Oh, I see. Oh,
and
the
they went
Guyane French, the
and that
Bayou French. Yeah.
they, and so there you go, and
Yeah.
now you got another strain of French. You got Creole,
Yep.
and you've got or there's some came from South Carolina, those islands in South Carolina,
Yep.
and that's how you got all that big mix of people in New Orleans. I mean, it's it's a true melting pot, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, it's almost like Toronto. The cultural melting pot of culturism, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but the group that I descended from came down into upstate New York. It was two brothers and a sister. None of them were married, and none of them spoke English. Well, when they came into New York, upstate New York, and the people were writing their names down, one of them came out Maggie, Magi. One of them came out McGee, Magee, and the other one came out McKee, Mckee. Just
Yeah. They
two
had
brothers
people.
and a sister, and they
Yeah.
all came into the United States with three different names.
I remember seeing something about that, how they actually made them change their
Well,
names.
they
And then if
couldn't.
they were kids and whatnot too,
Well,
if
see
they became orphanized,
see
they had them change it through the church, and
the
people were
people that were
upset.
doing
Yeah.
the people that were doing the writing, they couldn't understand what those folks. They didn't speak French.
Yeah.
They were English, and they just wrote down what they heard.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
it's
they
bad
said,
telephone.
and they'd hold it up, and they, yeah, they couldn't read it. Hell,
All right, that looks good to me. Let's do it. Yeah.
just let me
Yeah.
get out of Canada and get into the United States. And
I guess I'm so and so now. Yeah.
but that's as far back as that we can't carry that family tree any further back than right there.
Oh wow.
And because and they ended up in Vermont. Maggie, Magi, the girl, that's the one that I'm descended from, and she married an Englishman that built the first Methodist church in Vermont
Wow.
on his property. And he wasn't a preacher, but he built the church, and he was a big wheel in the colonial days. And she eventually learned how to. The book says there's a book on my family on that side of my family, a little
Oh
small book
wow.
that somebody up there wrote, and the history of Rutland, Vermont, I think is the name of the book. But I went up there one time when I was adopted.
Were you,
Uh,
Steve?
But I was raised by my mother, but my stepfather adopted me.
Oh, okay.
But when I was 40, I found my daddy, and I flew to Vermont to meet all my kinfolk. He lived in California at the time. I went to California first
Oh
to meet
wow.
him.
Was that
To meet him.
exciting for you?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
See, I didn't even know
California's
what his
like,
last name. My on my birth certificate,
yeah.
I was one of those World War II babies. I was born in '47, right
Oh
after the
my.
war.
Where's this guy going? They did not know how to spell the name they heard.
And
Just saying.
when he and my mother divorced, she took ink and poured on his name on the birth certificate, real ink.
Well.
and, and I never was told. I never did know what his last name was.
Oh
I didn't even know
wow.
what his name was. But
Yeah.
my uncle, my mother's brother, and he were in the Marine Corps together in World War II.
Oh wow. So did he spill the tea for you? Your uncle
When
about your
when
daddy?
my when my mother died in 1979, right after the funeral, my uncle told me if I ever want to find my daddy, just let him know.
Yeah.
All right. So my wife and I and another couple I cooked steaks over here at the house, and we were sitting there, and after we ate, and we, having a drink or two, and this girl that was over there with her husband, uh, made mention that she was adopted and that she had found her daddy, and he didn't live but 30 miles from here.
Oh
And
wow.
I said, really? She said, yeah, and it was the same situation I was,
Yeah.
except her daddy took her. She didn't know her mother,
Okay.
and she was 30 miles away. In fact, Kay and I both knew her mother because she lived in a town that wasn't but 6 miles from where we were raised, my wife and I.
Wow.
We knew her
Wow.
mother for our whole life.
How's that for? That's kismet for sure, eh?
And I says, well, heck, I was adopted just like that too. I said, I don't even know my daddy. And I said, my uncle told me that I explained her the Marine Corps deal and everything. She said, well, I dare you to find me. And this
Yeah.
was about 10 o'clock at night. And I said, Dad, don't dare me to do anything. Then she says, I dare you to try to find your daddy. Well, I walked over the telephone and called my uncle. He lived down in Jackson. And
Yeah.
I said, Uncle Buddy, I'm ready to find my daddy. He said, all right. Are you sure? I said, I'm positive.
Yeah.
I want to find him. And he said, okay, I'll attend to it. And at 6 o'clock the next morning, my daddy called me from California.
Wow. That fast, eh?
Yeah,
My
but this is
goodness.
but come to find out, his last name is Fifield, Fifield.
I feel.
And that's all my uncle knew was his last name. He knew he was Jack Fifield, but that's all he knew. He didn't know where it was, anything.
Yeah.
And this was back in the days of the operators on the telephone, you know.
Right, right.
So he
Yeah.
called the
Connecting chords.
operator.
Hmm.
He called the operator and asked for the first Fifield in the book in Rutland, Vermont,
Wow.
and called him at night.
And
It
wow.
turned out to be my uncle, my dad's brother,
Oh, okay. Oh,
and
that's
and
crazy.
he gave my uncle the telephone number, and my uncle called my daddy in California, and the next morning my daddy called me. So
Wow.
Fifield is not a hard name to find. You know, if that's a strange name,
That's
Fifield.
the first time I ever done heard that name myself. Honestly, like, yeah. No,
I never heard it,
it's a rare.
but
Yeah.
yeah, that's how all that's you were talking about Cherokees. Well, I finished out my little story.
Wow, that's an amazing story though, Steve. So yeah, and you guys have been on good ever since and whatnot.
Yeah,
You and your
I've
dad,
been
and
out.
he's still around. Yeah.
He lives in Spokane now,
Yeah.
and I've been there 3 times, and I went to Northern California 3 times. I drove out there once and flew out there twice. And the same in
Yeah.
Spokane. We drove out there one time, and then I flew out there twice. But my
Aren't you
whole
glad you
family,
looked? Yeah.
huh?
Aren't you glad you looked though? I mean,
Yeah. Well, being 6 years old when I was adopted,
yeah.
and see my name, my given name was Stephen Reed, Reid, Fifield.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephen Reed Fifield. Well, Mama poured that ink on there, and I became Stephen Reed Crow. That's my
Oh,
mother's maiden name.
okay.
I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, and you have to. I tried to get it after I found my daddy. I tried to get and plus when applied for retirement
Yeah.
from the company I was working for to start drawing it, I had to produce a birth certificate.
Oh my. Yeah.
Well, they told me they looked at that thing and said, "Man, we can't take that and get
The ink's dry.
that won't work."
Got any white out? Like,
you know, except it was ink. Back in the day when they had the ink pen, you pulled the little lever and filled it
yeah,
up with ink. That's what she
the
put that ink
quills. Yes.
and wrote my name up there.
Oh my gracious.
so, so I called. Well, my wife tended to it. I didn't do it. She called up there to the Bureau of Statistics or whatever it is in Nashville. And you know what they told her?
What?
They said, we can do it, but he's gonna have to come to Nashville and do it in person.
I don't need to be in there. I want to
And
message
so,
Carpin about something. I need my Facebook open.
so I called
Let
back
him
up.
know, as I know, who's who.
I, I called back up there, and I got a
I do all my
nice
homework.
little girl. She was real nice on the phone, and I explained the situation.
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, Mr. Adams, you, you got to come up here." I said, "Ma'am, my wife is just about to die.
Oh.
I got a son. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep him out of jail." I said, "I really can't come to Nashville, and I'm about to lose my house if I don't get this retirement,
Oh,
and
right.
I need to get it started as quick as possible."
Yeah.
She says, "Well," she said, "I'm not supposed to do this," said, "but I got to help you out." And so she sent me about. Of course, I was telling a damn lie. Wasn't none of that
Oh,
true.
right.
I think I have
Okay.
Wartail too.
Steve.
I made up every bit of it,
What was
and but she mailed me a copy of my birth certificate. She sure did, and I, they took they took that. The retirement folks took it.
Oh, thank goodness there's kind people out there still that want to help, you know?
I told her, I said, "Look, I'll go get a notary public to talk to you on telephone. I'll do anything, but I got to have that money."
Yeah, right? Yeah, I
And
know.
she sent it to me. I was tickled, man.
Oh,
But yeah, that's but then I've been to Vermont 3 times, and look, I'm kin to. I don't know, Vermont don't have very many people, and I think I'm kin to about a fifth of them. And in upstate New York, it's a bunch of fire fields in upstate New York.
oh, is there now? Wow.
Yeah, you've heard me talk about the Brotherhood of Catfishermen.
Yeah.
You ever heard me talk about? Well, there was a fire field in the Brotherhood of Catfishermen that lived on the Vermont New York border, but he was in New York,
And
and I
y'all are
saw.
related?
Yeah, I saw his
Oh, you,
name,
you are.
and
Yeah.
he was from Rutland, Vermont,
Oh,
but
right.
he hadn't moved about 40 miles, but he was in New York, upstate New York. Yeah, he was kinfolk. I mean, hell, if you
Oh,
see the
wow.
name
Well, like
Firefield, I
distant
got
cousin?
yeah,
Yeah.
he was
That's.
way off distant cousin, but
I'm
yeah,
not gonna
man,
lie to you. There's more
that's just
helps in the States than there is out around here. It's nutty because I have relatives in the States that I never met, Steve, that are my kinfolk,
hmm
you know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
guess I've met
that's
most of
kind of
mine.
weird for me.
You, like
Yeah.
first cousins and uncles and aunts. I've met all of them. Now I've got second cousins and third cousins and all that I've never met. And I got this guy in New York. I've never met him, but I talked to him a little bit in the chat room.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. My
and,
grandma, she was real close lip about like our family history on the native side of things. I mean, my grandma wouldn't say, poop if her mouth was full, you know what I mean? And
hmm
I don't know, I guess she had a bunch of things that happened. So, like, I'm kind of in that situation too, where trying to figure out my family roots to a certain extent is tricky for on certain side of the family, you know what I mean? So, I'm glad that you
what,
got to find him and connect.
look, what percent Cherokee are you? Do you qualify for in Canada for free stuff?
I don't know that I do because it was my grandma that was Cherokee on my dad's side and whatnot. So I don't know. I
Well,
might only be like 1/8 or something like that at
well, I
best, or
think
one sixteenth.
somebody in this chat room will know, but I think 1/8 qualifies you for, and but that's in the U.S.
Yeah, I might be 1/16th even. You know that? Yeah.
You know,
So
it's a world of
I'm.
Choctaw, Cherokee, Creek,
I mean, I could look into it.
Chickasaws, and all that in Oklahoma, and they all qualify. You know, I've got a I got a stepbrother that's married to a Hopi Indian.
See them all go.
Her name is Julie, Hopi,
Or there's no way.
and she's full blooded Indian, and their kids get everything, education, everything, college, everything free.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm way out of the ring for that, but you know, I mean, it would be cool, but in Canada, there is a lot of red tape trying to get stuff like that done. Because, I mean, I had an across the street neighbor of mine named Coop, and he was trying to get his card for the native and whatnot. There can be a lot of malarkey that happens with that, though, if you don't go through the right people and whatnot. He paid all this money to try to get things done, and even as far as when I left there, it still hadn't gone through, and it'd been quite a while. So I
Mm,
was like, well, buddy, I don't know if they screwed you for the money or what,
yeah,
but it's a lot involved, and especially if you don't know the family history with certain things. Like I was saying, my
yeah.
grandma didn't like talking about it a lot because she feels like she was kicked out because of who she married and whatnot. For not to get
Well,
into
her
all that,
parents
but
went on. Her
you
parents
know,
probably went on the Trail of Tears, or at least her grandparents.
right? And so like, and my grandmother too. She has some bad blood with that too because she was sent off with her grandmother to be raised, but then they had other children after her and then didn't bring her back into the fit. Like there's a lot going on. So my
Yeah,
grandma just sooner not talk about it and didn't tell us. So I mean, there's a lot of question marks and mysteries in my
yeah.
family. It was like every year, even on the other side of the family, for the longest time, it was like Pandora's box. They'd find out something new about my history, like every
Well,
year.
what was your
Uh,
grandmother's maiden name?
oh my goodness, she didn't even tell us that. Like I didn't even find out that her real first name was Cherry until closer to when she died. So she was like Cherry Virginia, and she always had the last name Phelps, my grandfather's last name, right? She
Yeah,
never told me what, her maiden name would have been or any of that. My dad
yeah.
didn't tell me, so I didn't want to pry. You know what I mean? Because I was raised right.
Well,
Diving into things.
Sometimes you just want to know all that.
Yeah, she's passed on now. God rest her soul, but you know.
I put all that stuff.
And my dad's a Jehovah's Witness, so I talk to him sometimes. But like I said, my grandma was real close lip about stuff. She had some bad blood in the family history of things where it just hurt her to the
She probably
point
caught a little
where
hell
she
being
wouldn't
a,
even talk to them.
she probably caught a little hell just being a Cherokee Indian.
True, but even then, they didn't like it when she married my grandfather because of who he
Yeah,
was. The
that's what you
U.S.
said.
Yeah, sorry, not U.S. The Air Force and whatnot too. I mean, that held weight for that. The fact that he was, of English descent and the white
Yeah,
man, right? Like, yeah, they weren't happy about it at all. So it seemed like she had this revolving door of family thing going on where she felt kicked and thrown to the wayside.
the whole bit, everybody.
Yeah, and so like she just kept her mouth
She just
shut about
blocked all that
everything.
out and started her life with your
Pretty
grandfather.
much, exactly. Pretty much is what she did. So I only know things like from my grandpa on in, right? And then my grandfather passed away before I was born. My other three older siblings, got to meet my grandfather, but they were very young. Apparently, he was an amazing man, and I never got to meet him or talk to him or anything.
And
My
his
twin
name was
sister and I,
Phelps. Last name Phelps.
yeah, yeah, Phelps, yeah, yeah. Even that's a mystery. I tried to do the research on that to find out what Phelps clan from England that we are. Apparently, there's three clans.
Yeah,
There's the interlopers that came in, excuse me, from the war, William of Orange. and they're like they came from other places during that war and interloped in, and then became homesteaders. Then there's the True Bloods, and then there's another clan. So I don't know what coat of arms I am, if it's a Stains one or this one or not. Like, there's a lot of mysteries going on with my background. So I'm just happy where I be at too. You know.
And there you go.
Yeah. You
Well,
know.
my wife is, she's her grandmother's full-blooded German. In fact, Katie's grandmother was she had 11 siblings,
Oh wow.
and she's the only one of them that was born in the United States.
Oh my gracious.
The
Wow.
other 12 were born in Germany. And listen to her last name, Campany, Campany.
Campany.
You never heard that name either.
No. Uh-uh.
Now these guys from England probably have heard it, because that's an English name.
Right. Monarchy. Yeah.
And she has a coat of arms, but she was able to trace her German
Whoa, he needs
side
one.
of her family all the way back
No, he's
into
off. The res only have
I believe it.
99.
all the way back into the
Jeepers,
15
it's
or
way
14
more.
or 1500s. She's I worked for a German
Jeepers,
company
all these
for
great
15
channels with
years.
small freaking support, man.
I
do
work
have
for
the mic on.
I worked
No,
for a
but
German.
it's disturbing
work-
to see people average
Really?
every day.
So he's like, hey, Rich. He's
Sorry,
trying
Steve.
to tell a
Sorry,
story.
Steve.
Oh,
My
well.
bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I worked
Sorry,
for a
Steve.
German company for 15 years. It was based in Frankfurt,
Okay.
Frankfurt, Germany,
Yeah.
and I became real good friends with one of the transient Germans that would come over and work for 6 months and go back to Germany
Yeah.
and work 6 months. That's came here during this crop year and went back to Germany during their crop year, doing research,
Oh,
chemical
wow, cool.
chemical research. His name was Peter Hardwick, and he hunted with me, fished with me. He I'm surprised he went back to Germany actually, because he loves it over here.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kay, one day he was over at the house, and we were cooking and drinking, and Kay knew exactly what town her family originated in, and it just happened to be on the route that Peter went from Frankfurt to when he went to visit his parents back where
Wow,
at his
that's
home,
wild.
where he came from. And so
Yeah.
Peter went in the cemetery there at that little village, hamlet or whatever they call it, and found all those graves in there, and did the gravestones were worn real
Michael
bad,
Bond.
but he put that paper up there
Yeah, with the chalk.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
the
about.
chalk
and put them
imprints. Yeah,
and put
on
them
the
in
gravestones.
plastic, and then he took pictures of all the graves and marked them so that you could look at see what the gravestones are. And she got
Oh,
a
that's
book
neat.
on her German family that thick of information.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
really cool.
all her stuff. I mean, she went straight back with all of it.
Wow.
And she got a cousin in England that she corresponds with pretty regular on the Campany side.
Oh, cool.
He's on her Facebook page.
That's awesome.
I think his name is Tim Campany. I believe that's right. But I couldn't do mine any further than and on the Crow side, I can track it back to South Carolina
Yeah.
in 1790 something. I can't carry that any further because I don't know. I gave up on it. It was just too much like work, man.
Oh, tell me about it.
Oh gosh.
With the whole Phelps thing, I went crazy on it, and I was like, well, how am I gonna know? Because there's three different Phelps clans. It's
I
like,
know,
unless
it's
somebody,
crazy.
my grandfather was around, say,
And they all the like CROW. and then you got CROWE. But when they were in England,
Yes,
they
Not
and
crop,
over
it's
there
not
they were
easy.
CROUGH crow.
Oh wow, that's a way different spelling. Yeah,
Yeah. And when they hit
yeah.
the U.S., they just wrote it CROW. And sometimes, depending on who wrote it, they put CROWE.
See, they have
And
the same thing with the Phelps, but when because the interlopers that came in with William of Orange, some of them were Phelps from over there that came interloping that changed to Phelps when they
uh,
came interloped into England during that War of William of Orange, right? So
yeah,
same kind of thing. Yeah, that's
so
wild.
you're very fortunate if you can follow it anywhere,
Yeah.
because it's crazy the way that they and the Italians, they lots and millions of them came in at Ellis Island.
Yeah.
And now this gonna sound like a joke, but it's not a joke. This is verified. Do you know very many Italian families?
Oh yeah, I know. I was married into an Italian family at some
How,
point.
how
Yeah.
many how many Tonys were there in that family?
Tonys. There's so many Tonys. Tony,
You know,
Antonio. Yeah.
well, when they left Italy on the boats coming to the U.S.,
Yeah.
and if they were children, they would send their children over. They couldn't make it. They couldn't get out of Italy, but they would send their children. And they
Yep.
took black charcoal and put Tony on their forehead or on their arm to New York.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now, a lot of people think that's a joke, but that's not a joke.
Yeah, and then people be thinking that that was their name because it was, unless they knew it was how.
And they were
Wow.
just trying to make sure their kids got to New York.
That's crazy. See,
If
that's a
you
kind of
think
a
about
neat
all of the,
story.
you think about all the Tonys in the Italian community
Ton of them.
all over the
The
country.
multitudes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just insane
And
how many, yeah.
do you know what the game bocce is?
Oh, Bocce? Yeah.
You know the game?
I I don't know that game, but I know there's a chocolate called Bocce, and Bocce means kiss.
Well, they throw the little ball out and then they roll. You never
Oh,
seen them?
bocce ball. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
different spelling slightly. Yeah, bocce
BOCCI.
ball.
BOCCI. You know what
BOCCI.
I'm
Yeah,
talking about. You've seen them
I
play.
do. Yes, that
Well, I
bocce ball.
guarantee you,
Yeah,
if you see a group of men playing bocce, I guarantee you at least
Bon
two of them
coup.
are Tony somebody.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
say Tony, hey, is Tony here? And you can see there's going to be at least two of them going to say, yeah, we're here.
Right? If there isn't like 10 of them, like like you know, especially if you're in New Jersey or something. Like, hey Tony, there's like 5 people. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
You're
Like,
talking to me, man.
yeah, how the hands going like,
Yeah,
like
you tie an Italian's hands behind his back, he can't say a word.
that's right. He can't talk with his hands tied behind his back when he's Italian.
He can't talk.
Ah, Steve.
You want to mute an Italian, tie his hands
Look,
around
he's
his back.
already working on you. He's already working on you,
That's a good
Stevie
one.
boy.
I know it too. I know it. Yeah.
Look at he can conversate like a
Yeah,
king,
I
man.
know it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was my best friend.
He's already warming you up.
We buried him about 6 months,
I
4
love
months ago. That I grew up, my best childhood friend. He was an Italian boy, and
I'm
of
making
course,
sure Rez stays.
our
this time.
town.
Freaking
They brought
crap.
in the late 1800s, after the Civil War, and they were trying this sharecropping program to farm all this land
You're right
in the
about the
South.
seat, though.
Yeah.
And they brought Italian families over here, paid their way to bring them,
Yeah.
and to sharecrop and farm cotton for them. So most of the Italians here, where I live, in the farming area, came from a farming area in Italy.
Yes. Yeah.
And most of them, not most of them, but lots and lots of them ended up owning the land that they came over here to work for the landowner. They end up owning it,
Yeah.
and they're very prosperous and very good folks and great people, you know. But they they had it rough. I mean, they were even up until I was 14, 18 years old.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that would not let their daughters go with an Italian boy.
Oh, I know. They had a bad
It was bad.
stigma. Yeah, for a
Now the
long time.
boys, you know, the boys, we did everything together,
Where's the deer?
Uh,
but
Cooked on off the
it was kind of tough.
yeah. Yeah, they thought they were hip shooting mobster gigolos or something. They had all kinds of stuff going on. Like,
That's
oh,
right.
yeah. There's such stigmatism on all that. Yeah.
But it wasn't anything but, I guess, a form of racism.
Carbon
you
It,
outta
know.
it
here.
totally is. It's just another form of racism, really. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you know, for
speculation.
everybody,
Yeah.
Well, Carbon's out of here, I guess. See you later, Carbon.
okay, Carpenter, everybody's got some prejudices, and you know, I think it's good to be proud of your bloodlines. I don't care where they run from. You should be
Yeah.
proud of where you came from.
I am. Yeah. It's yeah. I don't
No,
I don't mind where I came from, but some of the certain family way, well,
Yeah.
you know,
No. Hell,
yeah,
I've been,
shove that little piece of dust under the carpet a little bit.
hell, you know, I remember when we got our first inside bathroom and running water in the house.
Yeah.
I was a redneck, what they call a redneck. Yeah, and I wore flour sack shirts to school that my mother and grandmother made out of flour bags.
Yeah.
But I didn't ever go to the store and get nothing. I got 3 pair of blue jeans at Christmas. Every
Yeah.
year I got 3 pair of blue jeans.
Yeah. It was a different
And
time back then. Yeah.
yeah, we didn't have shit. We were poor folks. And just what?
So was I.
Hell, it don't bother me to sit up here and talk about, you know, it's
No.
fine. I was a redneck. I mean, I might still be a redneck, but
I grew up in the backwoods on farmland in Niagara South too. Waynfleet, it's a whole different entity. Like you go to Welland, they're very city, but that's where I, get the southern in my voice. You talk to a true Waynfleeter, it's just like being over there with you guys, really, like. And I've had people be prejudiced against me. Why are you talking black? What are you talking about? I have the South in my mouth because of where I come from. You know what I mean? Like, so I've gotten some of that prejudice myself over the years. But I know what you're talking about, Steve, because I mean we were 5 kids. I don't know if you come from a bigger family than
no,
that, but I'm telling you, and I have a twin sister, so I had 3 older siblings, so I got all their hand-me-downs, whether I liked it or not. There are certain things my grandma would make me wear, and I was like, I don't want to go to school and that, being young and stupid, right? Like, yeah, we're pretty poor, farmland and whatnot.
I grew up. We had to work. Everybody had to work. Even my 2 little sisters had to do something.
Yeah,
And I had a good work ethic. So
yeah, that's good.
and I was able to make to do better. That's all
Yeah.
it's about. Just do a little bit better.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be all everything as long as you got a roof over your head and food
As
in
long
your
as you're
stomach.
happy with what you've done or doing.
Exactly.
Hey,
Okay.
Kelly and Michael Bond.
Me
Let
too.
me put-
Like I've been
Yeah.
on my own, Steve, since I was 14.
Oh,
Yup.
well,
Yup. Scratching my whole
I'm gonna
life.
I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest. A
Yup.
14-year-old girl with good looks has got it made a whole lot better than a 14-year-old boy with good looks.
I hear you. I hear you. Most definitely. Yup. Most definitely.
I guarantee it.
Yeah. No, I hear you. The odds are way in the favor. Yeah, for sure.
Because hell, You know, I'm talking about sending you $500 checks every month now.
Yeah, but there's downfalls that come with that too, because because of that, people want to come mess with you, and not in a good way either, right, Steve?
Well, sure.
Like I've said to Rich, sometimes I wish I was ugly, so throughout my life, so people would look at me or treat me a different way, because I
That's
have
just
some
waste.
sense, but people automatically think whatever, through history of my time here on this planet,
There you go.
but I have a
Well,
brain and a heart attached to that,
Well, I just look at it. If you 14 and you cute or pretty, and you want a job selling dresses, well, and then there's a
I didn't get to finish
18-year-old
it all.
trying to
You
get
had
a
me stop.
part-time job, and she ugly and don't look worth a damn. Well, who's gonna get that job?
Yeah.
The cute little girl's gonna get that job.
I wish society wasn't like that, though.
But it
All
is.
these
That's
stigmatisms.
just another prejudice.
It is another prejudice, exactly.
Yep. They just don't know any better.
Yeah,
And they don't,
exactly.
But don't get too far into that conversation.
No, we ain't. We just
No,
Next
well,
thing you
I
know, we'll be
will
on Mad
because
TV.
it doesn't bother me because I've said it before on live streams that
Look at all the good
I'm
channels,
gonna
Steve.
hand you back
Hey
to
Steve,
in
check
a
out the
minute.
channels in your chat. They're all literally just going around supporting everybody in there. Can you see that?
That's awesome.
That's all it is. Just bang, bang, bang. And we don't even have to pay attention. We're just having our fun.
Yeah.
And the room's operating itself.
well,
That's
I know
awesome.
all these people, most of them.
What do you say?
He says, I know all these people, most of them.
I know, but look at what they're doing, Steve. That's
They're-
all I'm saying. Look at what they're
Yeah,
doing.
they're sharing.
They're
It's-
sharing
our-
everybody right off.
our
And we're just,
thing,
you guys are
sharing
just
means
sitting and
caring,
talking. It's
right?
awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean, sharing? Tell me.
It's sharing the love and support for everybody in each other's channel, and coming up in a family way, Steve, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And connecting everybody.
The smaller channels, man. The
Yeah.
people are out every day. Every day they're out in people's streams and supporting. And like I said, Off the Res said, man, he's like, I've been on here for so long. He's every time I get over 100, they keep dropping me down.
I'm gonna hand
Oh.
you to Rich because I got a couple things to do,
You
Steve.
got
But
some-
it was so nice to talk to you.
Oh, I can't talk to Steve as well as you.
Judy, you got
Man,
another.
you guys were hammering it out good.
Rez is talking
Lots
to
of
you.
good stuff
Judy.
going on there.
Oh, I'm sorry. When we left the res in Thunder Bay, Judith, we live on Niagara-on-the-Lake in St. Catharines. Oh my goodness! So yes, you're from my neck of the woods. Niagara-on-the-Lake, Steve, is beautiful. It's in the Niagara South area. So then there's like St. Catharines, and then Welland, and then Wainfleet's like the boondocks of Welland. Actually, way back in the day, because I had to do a project on Wainfleet in school. They used to call it marshland, and there wasn't even really a map for it. So the only
Okay.
map that I could find, and when I found out my granddaddy's name across their land plot with Phelps, that's how I found all that, was one of them brown maps and everything. I was the coolest thing I seen, right? That's really neat.
Keep talking, honey.
Well,
What?
I had another question. Oh, how far are you from what is it? The three big cities: Toronto,
Uh-huh.
Montreal,
Stick
and what?
outdoors,
Not Winnipeg. I believe it's Toronto.
Toronto. Okay, so where we are, they call
Nice.
it the GTA, which is the Greater Toronto Area. So like Toronto is the big conglomerate of it all, and then all of their surrounding cities are the Greater Toronto Area.
Okay.
And
My-
then they have regions. So like right here, Richie and I are in the Durham region right now. But yeah.
Well, the reason I asked, my granddaughter in July is coming to Toronto.
Oh, cool.
I'm sure it's Toronto to do a horse show.
Oh, really? In July.
She does a hunter jumper horse deal,
Nice,
and
nice.
they bringing horses up there and gonna go to a horse show, and they're gonna be up there for 2 weeks.
Right on.
They're
Oh,
gonna
I
do
love
one
that horse
weekend.
jumping.
They're gonna do one horse show one weekend, and next weekend they're gonna do the next one.
So is it all just just dressage that they do, or do they do like barrel racing as well, or just
I don't
all
know.
dressage jumping?
She does strictly hunter jumping,
Oh wow, that's
and
amazing.
they come. I found out tonight on my coon hunt that they going to. It's Toronto. I'm sure it's
Yeah,
Toronto.
it's got to be because Toronto's the big city way out here. She
I
probably
hear
would be.
Michael. You're right, Michael.
She probably would be so interested too in the Royal Winter Fair that happens out in Toronto, and it's about all of that. It's they the horse jumping, showing horses. I was a show hand actually for the Royal Winter Fair for
Okay.
the Santa Maria Pasifino Ranch.
Okay.
So I'd get them all tacked up and keep the horse calm, and then they had their rider go into the ring and advertise their. Yeah, it was pretty neat. I loved it.
Well, they're going up there. Her trainer, I guess you call her a trainer.
Yeah,
Her instructor, she's been doing this about. She's a sophomore in high school. That makes her what 16,
yeah.
and she's been doing it at least 10 years. She started real early,
Wow, good on her.
and she's by no means great at it, but she loves it, and she works at the stables 4 days a week to help pay for her riding. So
That's amazing.
but her instructor, and I forget her name, is from Toronto.
Hmm.
She's been in the States a long time, but anyway, she's carrying all the girls. It's all girls. She got it. And, they was trying to figure out tonight how much it's gonna cost, and I told them it's gonna cost a hell of a lot if they're gonna stay in Canada for 2 weeks.
Well, especially in Toronto, because Toronto, there's different areas and regions, right? Toronto, out of the big city, can be
Yeah.
really, really expensive, right in the city of Toronto.
Well, they've already got that motel where they're gonna stay, and I can't even remember it. I was listening to the conversation, but see, my wife went with me tonight, and my daughter-in-law was there. We met and listened to the dog,
Um,
and they were in the truck with me, and I was trying to listen to the dogs, and they was talking about going to Canada. Damn, I had to get out of the truck and go walk down the road to listen. But they coming to Canada.
yeah, that's
Lord
really
have mercy,
cool.
that's a long damn way to go ride a horse and jump over a fake fence.
It is, but I mean, she's going in to get her accolades and whatnot and her ribbons and stuff, right?
Well, if she good enough to win, I mean that's got to be a big deal. If people
It
from
is a big
Mississippi,
deal,
if people
Steve.
from
It's a big
Mississippi
deal
come up there, there's gonna be people from all over the country
that she's
and
even
Canada.
entered for that in the Toronto ring is a huge deal, and honestly, pat on her back for that, Steve, because that's saying something. That's awesome.
Well,
Good for her.
she's good with animals. She rides a horse called 007.
007's her horse's name. That's
Well, that's what he's
awesome.
registered as, but his nickname is Q.
Cute.
Q on 007 on the James Bond.
Yes.
The guy that comes
Yeah.
from all the gadgets. And
That's so cool.
That's crazy shit. Horse is
That's so
registered
cool.
as 007 something, 007 Wanderer's Home or whatever, but they call him Q.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
But she
That's
goes
so
out there and grooms that horse and all that. Like I said, she works at the stables 3 or 4 days a week. And she works
yeah.
every Saturday and every Sunday after church. She works out there. In fact, she'll go
Wow.
out there and work early in the morning.
It's
Go
hard
come in,
work too. Yeah.
come in, clean up, go to
I've
church,
done the mucking and all that. It's hard.
and then
But
go
it'll
back
build
out.
her. It'll build her well, though. You know what I mean?
But she does
Yeah.
it all. She's pretty good with them.
Oh, I'm excited for her. That is so exciting. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
I think my
That is
wife
so
may
exciting.
go up there for 1 week because my son and daughter-in-law they can't come afford to leave their job for 2 weeks
Yeah.
because they both self-employed and they want to. I think Kay'll end up going up there one week. But
Yeah.
she loves to go.
Aw.
It don't matter, you just go.
That's exactly. You make it happen. Yep.
But
All That's so great. I'm
That's
totally
great.
excited. I'm excited for her. My goodness.
I can see Canada going up there and playing tennis. I can see going up there, but they're gonna haul them horses all the way to Canada.
Well,
Somebody got to pull them horses all the way to Canada.
yeah, I
That's
know.
a long damn way from Mississippi.
You got to keep them calm too, right? So that so they show well. You know what I mean? They need
Yeah,
time to calm down once they get
you got
situated,
to
right?
walk them and camera
Yeah,
around and talk to them and soothe them, and because the
yeah.
horse is crazy to start with.
Groom them up.
Yeah.
Whisper to them. You know, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it's gonna turn out all right, but
Oh, it will. You know what? It will. I believe she's going to do well because you told me how long she's been in it. It's wow. Even
she,
like I said, even that she's thrown herself into the
yeah,
ring in Toronto, and she's
yeah.
been
It
accepted
don't
into
matter.
that is a big deal.
Yeah, yeah, it must be. I don't
It
care.
is.
We don't care if she wins. We just wanted to get a chance
No,
to
it
participate. And
it's an amazing opportunity, you know. And if anything, she's learning, right? She's
yeah,
learning stuff. There's other people there. She can watch things, learn some. If she doesn't know them all, learn some cool tips that she may not have seen otherwise, right? So, it's always good. Yeah, it's good to
well,
coach her.
I watch her ride, and she looks like she does a great job, and she won't even win a river. I don't know what I'm looking at. That's one thing I don't know
Yeah.
nothing about is riding a horse, because I'm scared to death of it.
Are you scared of horses?
Hell yeah, I ain't been on a horse but twice in my life.
Yeah. Did you get kicked?
No, I got drug under a barn. The damn
Oh,
horse run away and wanted they. I was wondering why we was walking with the horse
yeah.
a mile for me to get on it. I thought you just got on. That's what the horse is for, to ride.
Usually do, but if they had been pent up for the season,
But
they
this
need to
horse,
get some of that out of them before you can step
well,
up on
this
them.
horse went straight back to that barn, tried to rub me
Oh,
off on the bottom on the barn, on the little short barn. I
oh
was
yeah, he
scared
wasn't
to death.
ready to be rode.
It
Oh
was a
no,
crazy
Steve.
damn horse.
Well, I can see why you're a little afraid of them. Yeah, that's
But
quite the
I didn't, and
experience.
I was real young when it happened.
Yeah.
But now, I used to ride a horse with my grandfather. He was a farm manager, and he rode a horse. He didn't ride a pickup. He rode
Like
a
a
horse,
draft horse or like a
a
thoroughbred?
big old white horse, just a big
Yeah.
old horse. And knowing what I know now, that horse was probably 15 hands high,
Okay, that's a draft horse for sure.
big
Yeah.
horse. And I'd ride on it. I got several pictures of me riding that horse with him when I was a
Oh,
little bitty thing, four,
yeah.
5 years old.
Oh, wow.
And he'd go out with a hand. We farmed with mules in those days. Wasn't no tractors, it was all mules.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he just ride the farm all day on that horse.
You had to rely on your horses back then for sure to help
Yeah.
you with the farm work. Yeah.
But
Hmm.
that my experience with a horse after I got big enough to run one myself wasn't very good, and I don't like them. I love to
Yeah.
watch people ride them, but I don't want no part of it.
Well, after an experience like that, yeah, that'd be enough to scare anybody, you know.
And look at here.
They can smell fear though too.
Oh
If you
yeah,
come
they
up
know
and
that.
they might mess with you, you know.
I
They
walk up and
smell
go
out
to
of you.
pick one here, try to bite me. He knows I don't want to be around him.
A buddy
I'm
of mine got
trying
kicked by a
to, I'm
horse.
trying
He's
to be his
hospitalized for
buddy.
6 months.
I'm sorry.
I said a buddy of mine got kicked by a horse feeding him an apple. He thought he'd feed him an apple. He feed him the apple. He thought he's comfortable. He walked up, touched his ass
Oh
to
no,
pet
you
him. He got
never.
smoked. 6 months in the hospital. He still doesn't
Yeah,
walk the same. He doesn't act the same. He got brain damage and everything.
Oh
no,
man.
I don't.
Wow.
I don't
Yeah.
trust him. I don't
Okay,
trust.
so front quarter of a horse is safe. Cattle, they can kick you anywhere. No quarter is safe on cattle. That's the common mistake people make on the farmyard. And, you know, horses, you don't want to come at them like this
Can it?
because they can be
Cut.
hand shy if they don't know you, right? You want to
Yeah,
come under flat as you can have hand so that if they try to nip at you, they won't catch nothing.
yeah.
And flat hand and let them kind of smell.
Videos.
Or even if you turn your back on the fence, right? You just sit there, kind of keep a little watch, but you want a horse to come up to you, you ignore it.
Yeah.
Seriously, for real. And they'll come up, they'll give you a sniff and whatnot, you know, just but yeah, you never come to the rear end of a horse and
No,
pat its behind, because you're just asking to get kicked back up.
I learned that with Mew. I knew better than to get around him
Same, yeah.
from behind. Hey, mechanic. Yeah.
But yeah, it's, you know, because my aunt, she's had a bunch of horses, everything from minis to great big Percheron. So I just I do love horses.
I was in St. Louis one time and got to go in the Clydesdale stable.
Oh, the Clydesdale stables, yeah.
In St. Louis, they had the you know, they got several teams of those horses.
Yeah.
They got the A team, the B team, the C team. I forgot. At that time, I know they had A, B, and C.
Yes.
And I got to see the A team. They were in St. Louis. They wasn't out touring. They were in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And those horses, what is it, 6 of them? And it's 6 horses, 6 of those Clydesdales that pull that wagon.
Yeah. Well, it depends. You can have any amount, really.
But I think it's normally 6.
You could do 2 horse wagon pull, 4, 6. It just depends how big the wagon team is.
This is the Budweiser horses.
Oh, the Budweiser horses. Yeah, I think there's 6 or 8 or something like that.
6.
Something like that.
Their stable in St. Louis.
Yeah, that's
was nicer than my house.
Oh yeah. They're
And they had 3 men that didn't do anything but tend to those horses.
Yeah.
And I mean, if that horse so much as raised his tail, there was 2 men there with scoops to clean it up.
Yeah. They're nice horses. The Clydesdale actually has a wonderful disposition for the most part. What does it say? I'm sorry.
He's saying to Steve. He said something to Steve there.
We use those to pull wood out of the bush. Yeah. So off the res, Catfish Hunter was saying we use those to pull wood out of the bush, Steve. Yeah, because they are draft horses. So.
Yeah.
Not just for Budweiser commercials.
I know.
She's smart.
Good workhorse.
Hey, Steve.
I've seen them logging with Mew up in Arkansas. I went out there. And
a Clydesdale does amazing work, and they can pull a lot more than what they look at, you know.
Well, this guy didn't have Clydesdales. He had some regular old Mews. They were big Mews, but he also had, I think, do you call them Belgians?
Belgians, yeah, the tan color with the white, with the blonde manes on them.
He had a pair of Belgians.
They are moody, those Belgians, and they get insecure. They want the attention. They can be a little persnickety, those Belgians.
They were dragging those logs out, and they had a forklift out there putting them up on the truck trailer. But yeah, I watched them.
They're a tough horse.
They're
also draft horses.
But then they had a pair of Mews, a pair of just old black Mews.
Yeah.
And that man didn't never do nothing but talk to the Mews. He didn't never slap the reins. He didn't do nothing. He talked to them.
Yeah.
And of course, they couldn't pull what those Belgians could pull.
No, those Belgians are pretty big and strong stature legs, yeah.
But that man moved more logs than the Belgians.
Yeah.
As far as yards long or trees long.
Yeah, they're strong, but they're divas.
It was just like talking to 2 people. Them Mews walk up there and turn around and hook that thing in that log, and he talked to them, and they wind through them woods and carry that thing right to the truck.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just constantly walking, and all he ever did to him was talk. He had the reins in his hand, but he didn't ever do nothing with them. Other guys slapping them reins, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, that's a lot of false. Yeah, that's a lot of false stuff too. Because honestly, if you just talk to a horse or a mule, whisper on them, even they'll do more for you than having that whipper going. You know what I mean?
Right.
They will resent you. if you use that whip way too much, you know.
But them big old mules and them horses, to get those logs started moving, and it was muddy. Man, them things would get down and just be pawing them. But once they got it to move, then
Yeah.
they could keep it carried right on. It was fun to watch.
And actually, in that muddy situation too, those mules would be better to pull off and up better than those Belgian weight and the stocky stature on them. The mules would be
Yeah,
able to get out that mud a lot better than they would at a certain point. Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's something to be said about a good mule.
they were two big old black mules.
Yeah,
They were solid black.
nice.
But man, we had on that farm that I grew up on till I was about 8, 9 years old. We had I think it was 120 mules, and we had two. We called them hostlers, HOSSLERS, hostlers,
Hustlers.
and that's who took care of the mules. That was their job on the farm, was
Oh,
take
yes, okay.
take care of those mules,
Mhm.
and that's to hay them and shoe them and
That's a really old terminology. I'm not gonna lie to say.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, a lot of people would know about that one for sure.
no,
No, no,
and
it's
I
an
don't even know
old
if I
time.
spelled it right, but that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, hostlers. Yeah.
And they could, those mules love them. I mean, they could tend to them. They didn't groom mules. They didn't comb them, and all that. But they took care of their feet. They took care of their teeth. They wormed them. They did all that,
Yeah.
and they were hands on. And the other guys, they were ones that went and plowed with them. They those hostlers never got out in the field. They stayed right there at the barn all the time.
Yeah.
In
It,
fact, they didn't live far. They lived right there close to the barn.
oh, I'd imagine. Yeah, for sure.
But
But they give them the most relief, for real. I mean, yeah, giving the horse or the mule the attention and stuff. But these guys take care of the things that are important to them. Like if they need to be shoed, that's the most uncomfortable thing for them. Even if
yeah,
it takes one bot fly to irritate a horse, and it'll
yeah,
be up and kicking and rearing up on you if it's just one bot fly in their hoovings, like in their, you know. It's just crazy. So of course they're gonna love these hostlers because they're giving the attention and the relief that they
right.
need,
And
right? Yeah.
they bring them sugar cubes and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, the sugar, yeah.
Taking care of the horse. Michael Bond said something to you and Rich.
Michael Bond,
Yeah,
Rich Judy, I commented to your live again. You made my day when you contacted with them swans. Aw, thank you. Yeah, we love those swans.
Steve Russ.
Oh, Steve hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
we'll worry about that after. But
yeah.
Haven't seen what?
Oh,
I made a wicked short. I have a short of swans eating at my GoPro. You can see literally this close his beak.
yeah,
Like
That's when
this.
you
He
were
goes right
fishing
to
the
my
other day,
GoPro.
wasn't
yeah,
it? But then when
yeah. I
y'all ice
love those
fishing,
ones.
isn't that when
Yeah.
y'all ice
Yeah.
fishing? I think I
Yes.
saw that.
Oh, and
Oh, did you see it, Steve?
oh yeah,
With the
and
swans?
Steve, check
Yeah.
this out. You know when I was putting the GoPro down the ice?
Yeah.
Big pike like this, buddy, comes right up at the top and goes right for my GoPro.
Oh,
That don't count.
no.
I got the footage. I have to pull it out,
If
but it's
you
a massive pike.
They
if
don't
you're not
count.
holding him like this, oh, you
Captured on film ain't captured in the hand, right, Steve? It's like, what do they say? One bird in the hand is better than
And
two
bird
in
in
the
that
bush.
Yeah, I watched you build that condominium and everything.
Have a good
man.
night, Rustic.
Oh, here, I'm gonna let you talk to Rich for a minute. I gotta take off for a second here, but tell him
Okay.
because he'll love to hear all this from you for sure.
What's that?
Here,
Oh,
Richie.
Lord.
Here. No, he's gonna tell you about. Yeah, here, get in back.
Yeah, share that short.
Here, listen to Steve.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
said I watched you build that condominium.
Yeah. I haven't done that. I was going to put a short into that. But I've been pulling shorts. I've been really working on pulling all the different stuff because there's a
Yeah.
lot of cool stuff.
I didn't watch every minute of it, but I watched several hours off and on of it. I saw you build it. I watched you build the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the carpet, I saw you slide across the ice.
I did the dance. I don't know if you've seen me do the dance, but that one was priceless,
I
man.
think I did. I think I
Right.
did.
Richard, what did I tell you?
What?
You're busted.
What?
Stay out of the potatoes. You got the coffee spoon in them, and some of the potatoes taste like coffee. God's way.
I'm getting in trouble. She cooked 2 meals ahead, so she has a big container of potatoes ready. Well, I grabbed a spoon. It was the coffee spoon right off the container, and I took a scoop right out of the taters. She's like, "You got coffee grains in my potatoes."
You're so
She ought to throw that spoon at you.
He said that she ought to throw that spoon at you.
right. It's all right.
Not
No.
live, though. Not live. Don't do it live.
Yeah.
We'll get in trouble.
Well,
got
I watched
Get the melon
that.
baller after him.
The swans at first were just over there on the other side of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw quite a bit of it.
Yeah, it gets tricky when it's that long, eh? Like, I realize that. Like, you go 6-7 hours straight. Like,
Well, you doing
it's
it don't matter. You're doing it for yourself.
that's right. Yeah.
And,
It for-
people come and go, and different people, and you can't expect. Now, if you pulling one fish out after another, and they all whale, like Chunky does, when he's on the catfish, or like Has, or up on the Potomac, you'll have a crowd that'll stay in there a long time, but you're just showing what's out there. I mean,
That's
that's
right,
the way I
yeah.
look at it.
Yep. And my biggest thing is that, like, could you imagine, like, even my GoPro won't record for 7 hours straight. So when I come home, I go up to that live that I just put out on my, it's not saving on my phone. It's not saving on a computer. It's saving on YouTube. So I can go home and download that whole video and start picking away all this material and stuff, right? Yeah, so that's why I do it a lot, is because it gives you a consistent, high-quality shot of what's going on, right?
Well,
really-
my lives are long like that when I go and.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying I would never expect you to stay 7 hours straight in my streams.
No. The only one that ever did that to me was 3B, and he hangs with me, but he's been off of the computer for a while. He's been sick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. But
I'm glad I didn't leave all that stuff out there. I contemplated. I'm like, I could come down the next day. Oh boy, all that storm and everything.
It would have melted and gone.
All
anyway.
See,
Yeah,
it's
all
slushing
our
up.
rivers and everything right now are wide open. So
Yeah.
like, I'm itching, Steve.
Mhm.
I am like going like this because now I don't have to ice fish, and the rainbows and everything were waiting for this. All this rain, they're going, like they're in there right now, flooded. You should have seen the size of the pike I got on the GoPro. It's pissed me right off. I'm not gonna lie.
You're going to
Yeah,
go
I'm not.
get him.
Ugh.
He was madder
Yeah,
than
he
a
was
hornet's
huge.
nest. He was madder than a
got-
hornet's nest, Steve.
You're going to go out there and get him.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I can, I will. I'll be going out there. I got calls from all local guys going, "You're not going out fishing tomorrow?" Because they're all
Tell him
everybody's.
to come pick you up.
Because you know what'll happen. It's gonna get cold, and then it's gonna freeze again, right? So you only get maybe about 3 days, and then all of a sudden you're gonna get that crust over the water, and then you're back to. And if you can't stand on the ice, you
Yeah.
can't fish the creek because you have all this slush. So you end up with like a week off, right? You can't really do anything because now like 2 feet of water or 2 feet of ice is completely melted.
Yeah.
So all that hard work, I can't go ice fishing anymore.
Whoa.
So
All right, Rez. Thank you for coming by, man.
yeah, just shoot me a message there, Rez, with your logos and stuff like that. I'll definitely help you out, buddy. We'll work that out. And
Great granddaughter.
all the ice and everything's defrosted. So if you ever decide you want to come down or whatever, but I wanted to talk to you about your res up there, to see what the situation was, how much it costs living out there, because you're right up in the neck of the woods where I'd like to go.
Yeah.
We're looking everywhere right now. We're just trying to putting the feelers out there.
Yeah.
But we got, I'm looking to live off the grid, man. Go live in the woods and right on a lake. You know what I mean? Buy a generator.
So it doesn't cost no $40 just to
Yeah.
get fishing, you know?
Yeah, it cost me $40 a shot just to go fishing.
Yeah.
Look at.
By
Can you-
Uber. Yeah.
Can you come to the States?
Not yet. I will be, yes. If I could, Steve, I'd be on the road right away. You have my word. I'd be gone.
Arkansas is there's a whole lot of off-grid stuff going on in Arkansas right now.
Yeah. That's
Whole
where
lot
I've been
of-
off. I've been off the grid for what? 2 years now.
Yeah.
Literally. I'm off the grid. Like, that's it.
And I joined up.
I don't know how I got
joined
her
up.
to join with me, but
I love it here with you, baby. I love you so
I
much.
don't know how. But she's
I
here.
love you.
I
It's
don't-
wonderful, man.
I worked for the Canadians 1 year. They put the Canadians in charge of the German company I was working for. We got a big branch in Canada. I had the one when I was working there.
Yeah.
And they put a Canadian over the thing. But man, I met him in where did I go? Yeah, I don't even remember. I went
How
to
much
one of the
you-
meetings somewhere and met him, and he was like, I met all of the officials,
Off the
and they were
res.
pretty good guys.
Man, off the res, you should talk to me first if you don't want to sell that house. If it's about financial ruins or situation, you should give me a message first.
Yeah.
Seriously. Because I'm looking for somewhere to locate on the lake and stuff. I can pay rent. I could definitely help you out with that.
Yeah.
You know, you're a good person. You're living right on the Muskokas, buddy.
Yeah.
Like I'd be gone 3 weeks. It's gonna take about 3 weeks, and we're out of there. We're out of here.
Yeah.
I might be leaving this trailer behind, to be honest.
Yeah. And I get a solid flat income every month too, so
So
besides the windfall. Yeah. So we'd be okay.
Hey man, hey Lucky, don't
Nice.
cut me, man.
don't go.
That cat or something.
Yeah. I even said to Judy, I said, if you don't work out, if this relation doesn't work out, I'm getting a dog or a cat, and that's it. It's over. Like I'm done. I can't go in it all. So I won't be able to handle this heartbreak.
Oh, honey, I'm going nowhere.
I only got about a fraction of the heart stuck together from all the breaks in my life, so
Honey,
When
pretty
I-
much the glue.
When
wild
I get
horses couldn't drag me from you.
when I made
Perch you
the
on.
Hold on, Steve's talking, but
when I made the decision to keep this cat, my wife found it in the middle of the highway. I fell off a vehicle, and it wasn't that long, and they'd given up. It wasn't going no further. And she saw it there at the red light
yeah,
and got out and stopped traffic, and a truck pulled over and blocked that lane so that she could get the kitten. And but before I committed to keeping him, she's a school teacher, and that next day at school, she asked, it's one of the younger teachers there that loves cats, and I taught her, as a matter of fact, when I was teaching, and she's back there teaching now. But she said if something happened to me, she would take that cat, and so I got lucky at home. If something happens to me, I got lucky at home already, guaranteed.
yeah.
Because cats
So
live a long time.
are you still married, Steve, or you're
Oh,
married,
yeah.
right? Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Fixing to be 53.
So you'll be all right. You'll be all right with a little swappy there.
Babe, I almost spit my bloody coffee out. Oh my good heavens.
Well,
Good Lord, love a duck.
that's kind of what I was trying to get at when I told Judy that they was going to be in Toronto. She's going to fly in there, and I thought maybe Judy could catch that plane coming back this way.
What is happening?
Wait.
Is what?
The Love Boat. What's going on? Steve, you know I can't hear. I gotta read lips, right?
He said, well, that's kind of what I was talking about when my wife's going to Toronto. She's flying to Toronto, so he figured that he just trade spots. You take the return ticket.
Oh, I thought he was offering a test drive.
Offering to do what?
A test drive.
Oh,
Anyways,
No,
Oh, you guys are the Dickens.
hey man, I like having fun. Steve's good, man.
Steve's a good man.
It's awesome.
yeah, I still.
Probably one of my favorite, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorites, man. Just
Yeah.
because every time you speak, you either make somebody laugh or so you're learning something. You know what I
No.
mean? I know, but somebody said this the other day. They said, "Well, I'm dumb as a stump." I was like, "Well, what is intelligence?" I mean, intelligence is something that somebody can give somebody based on their life experiences, right? If intelligence about knowing everything, I would rather not. My brain's
Yeah.
already full of a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
But, you know, intelligence, somebody who really understands what they know and can speak it. That to
Yeah.
me seems intelligent. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like
I've
I
always,
said, I know a little bit about a lot, but I sure as heck don't know everything.
well, I've always said that you could take everything I know and $1 and get you a cup of coffee.
He said you could take everything I know and $1 and get yourself a cup of coffee.
What do they say? Opinions are a dime a dozen, and I got a whole $1.
I had a fella tell me one time we were coon hunting, and he said, "Boy, I hope these coon hides go up to at least $15." Said, "I am broke." I said, "Oh, Bill," I said, "Man, you live on this lake and got a good home and everything, and live right here on the lake." He said, "Boy," he said, "you just don't know." He said, "I'm so broke that if they were selling steamboats $1 a dozen, all I could do is run up and down the bank and holler, 'Ain't that cheap? Ain't that cheap?'"
What is he talking about?
I like that you're doing your stream, man. I like it because you kind of, you know, you get to say things that you want to say, and you know what I
I
mean.
thought that was
I
funny
love
though.
talking to
Yeah.
Steve too. I loved being on Steve's stream today,
Yeah, man.
talking with him.
Yeah,
That man is
it's a different
volume
flavor,
of
man. It's a different.
experience.
Like you guys have talked history, you've talked like
Oh, yeah.
landings, you talk. You know what I mean?
Family roots, yeah.
It's not like, hey, chat, what do you think we're supposed? What are you doing? How's it going? Chat?
How about the weight on them sinkers? Well, mine are melted the best.
Look at Steve. Look, you're making Steve blush now. He's shaking his head. It's true, though. It's fun,
Oh,
man.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's always good to
Versatility.
have something to talk about. I mean, that's
Yep.
communications. That's the reason we can talk. That's the reason we have a written language so we can use
That's right. Yeah.
it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't learn anything if you don't not willing to talk and listen.
And listen's the big one.
I wished I knew a cat trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, a school for disciplining cats.
What's he doing? Was he scratching everything up and stuff?
Oh no, me.
You?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's got it. Yeah.
What?
He's trying to get Steve's attention.
This cat sleeps on my hip. Now that's how much he likes me.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there scratching his back right now, and in a minute he'll slap me. But I'm stupid enough to reach down. I'm scratching the cat right now.
Well, if you get too close to his butt, you know, and you're scratching it like that, it actually I don't know why they do it, but it makes him almost go a little schizo for a second. And that's when they'll turn around and go,
Well,
That was so good, make me want to slap my mama.
I got blood on this shirt right here on this sleeve. I can't even get it on.
oh man,
Let me see if I can find it.
that's some tough love right there.
I can't get it on the screen. It's backwards.
Yeah, it's mirrored, yeah.
Ah, hell. That
That's
don't
all
matter.
right.
But
Yeah,
I
it
got
don't
2
matter.
spots of blood right there where he
Turned
hit me
it out
this
like
night.
it was rice pudding.
But he never gets over 5 feet from me. I don't care what's going on. He's gonna be right by me, and then he'll slap the fire.
Holy crap, this short's taking off.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, sir. I know this is, it's, you know, ever since I met Hogleg and we went into the streams and stuff, been so hooked. I can't change my schedule, and I don't feel the reason to. You know, with all the stuff going on in Canada right now, as soon as I wake up during the day, the first thing you see is all that stuff.
About the truckers.
Richard,
Yeah, and like, I'm following a couple of cool people that, one is the comedian, what's his name there? He's got 5 million
Laugh
subscribers. What?
What is it, the Laugh
No,
Channel?
no. He's
Oh.
he's a comedian, but now he does
Oh,
podcasts.
Russell,
Russell. He's from UK or something, or England. UK, I think.
He's
Hold
got
on.
that long hair.
He's really cool to watch, Steve. I think you'd really like him. 'cause
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
Yeah.
He was the comedian, but he doesn't choose one side or the other. He just puts you right on the facts, and they
Yeah.
can't shut him down. You know what I mean? He's been a successful comedian his whole life before he started this podcast.
Mhm.
So like he's 1 out of 2 that get away with this on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he
he's
just puts it
just
out
too
there.
Big,
Like
yeah.
he's just too big, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, he's got the news and everybody trying to shut him down. You know, but he just keeps, you know, he doesn't pick one side or the other. He just
Right.
puts you on the facts.
Yeah.
It's really good. And so what we found out is, I think in Canada, unless it's worldwide, 1997, they passed a bill that said basically allowed the news to be able to basically, you know, put whatever they wanted out there.
Yeah, convoluted.
Or sorry, no. In 1997, they stopped that. Okay, they stopped it. There was a bill passed that said that they weren't allowed to put out any information that was insuggestive or harming to anybody. Blah blah. It had to be true fact. Well, check this out. In 2007, they pulled that bill back. So now it's freelance again, right? You can just do what you want on the news, right? So this guy showed, like, this guy's always every news prod, everybody's trying to get him off.
He sounds like the U.S. version of Joe Rogan.
Yes, yeah, except for Joe Rogan's, you know, he does a lot of conspiracy stuff and stuff like that, right?
Right.
This guy's just about the media. That's what he attacks.
Well,
He
did
attacks
you-
any information. Go ahead.
Is it a fact that one of those tech companies offered him Joe Rogan $100 million to get off of the
To get off. Yep.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Well, he must be doing some serious damage to the liberal side of the world.
Yep. Well, it
I
wasn't
don't
just
I
it
don't
wasn't
want-
just the liberal side that offered him that, right? It was pretty much the whole damn shit and caboodle. Anybody, you know, they all wanted him down. They wanted him down, and
I
said
don't.
no.
I don't watch him. I don't watch any news. I don't watch
Yeah.
anything. I quit when. Well, I don't want to get into all that, but I
Yeah.
quit watching it.
I don't watch it at all. I've never watched news. I don't even have a TV in my place. So, but this, you know, somebody put me on him. I watched 2 videos of him, and I was like, whoa, this isn't the news. This is like, you know, this guy's, and he's very well spoken. So he tells you,
Yeah.
do not, he goes right away in the beginning. He says, please keep an open mind. Don't make a decision based off my opinion, right? He goes, I'm just going to present you the facts. And that's it.
Hey, Jan-
And, you know, he's
hey, Janet Carr.
really open.
He talks about some good real life stuff too. Based
Yeah, he's
on
cool
his own
too. But anyways, let's
experiences,
not
yeah.
promote that kind of. I just say, you know, he puts you on the facts because it's funny because you go from people's cell phones who are constantly viewing the problem, right? And then you go to the news, you're getting this like fabricated thing, and then you go to his channel and it puts you right in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they watered down.
So it's like, whoa, you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's pretty
Informed.
crazy. Yeah, but somebody, like, people got trampled by horses, man. The RCMP, they brought the RCMP and the army in. Oh man, it shows a video of a poor girl just getting trampled. They just, you know, and I mean, move out of the way. If I see
Yeah,
the
but
horse
she-
coming, I'm getting out of the way.
She was being rushed, yeah, but the crowd was rushing through too because
know,
of the
but-
horse coming. She
I
didn't
mean,
have
I
time
don't know
to move.
about you, but I get it all.
If
and
you
I
don't
think
have time to move, you're screwed.
I get the
Like,
message and I get it all. I understand, whatever. I get if you want to do it, you want to do it. But the moment you see a bunch of horses lining up, the SWAT team, and you see the army behind them, I think that's about my time to go. I'm gonna get the hell out of there. If you're still standing in that line, jeepers, man, I feel sorry for you, cause.
Yeah,
That's-
it's time to check out.
So, anyways, more about
You know,
fishing.
Mardi Gras is fixing to start up if it hadn't already started up down in New Orleans.
Yeah,
And that's one thing, those cops down there ride horses
yeah,
in that crowd. And I've been to Mardi Gras one time.
Hi,
and,
Janet.
If I saw one person get hit with they just ride up and hit them across the shoulder. They always hit them across the shoulder blade with that billy club,
yep,
and they just keep riding. They
yep.
don't arrest them. They don't
No.
arrest them.
Nope.
They just ride that horse, and that crowd parks when that horse comes up through there. And if it's somebody being trying to start a fight and mess with somebody's girlfriend or whatever, and if it's two guys squared off, and it's usually got guys, if it's two guys squared off, and that horse is gonna ride up behind one of them, and one of them ain't gonna be in the argument no more, because that cop gonna knock him out. And they don't ask what's going on. They just ride up and hit the first one they come to.
Yeah.
Boy, I saw that, and I said, man, let me get on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, people like to get up and see what's going on, you know.
Yeah.
And
Jeez, I wonder what's gonna happen here.
I wonder if he really gonna hit him, you know, about that. And here comes the cop on a horse, and the next thing you know, it ain't no argument no more.
I'm
So
sorry,
ain't
man.
nobody to
but
argue with. They just
Do
knock
I-
it off.
do I agree with any of it? No. But they did come out. The government came out and said we're coming. We're gonna give you this advance notice, and I'm sorry, but anybody doesn't know when it comes to the law,
Is that
they
the
can get away
truckers?
with anything.
Is that
Yeah.
the trucker strike you talking about?
Yeah, yeah. But the truckers are doing a good job. It's the confusion between the crowd, right? And what their
Mhm.
objective is. That's the problem, really. It's not necessarily the message.
Yeah.
I mean, but I proved a point here. I'm fishing, and down at the fishing parking lot here in Canada, right on the municipal sign, it says, as of 2007, after 10 o'clock p.m., there is no tall. Now this is at a park. There's no houses anywhere, just a parking lot. It says there is no excessive noise allowed. Period. Right? At anywhere in national parks or anything in Canada, there's a sign. It's on one of my streams, and I went to that and I'm going, okay, so honking the crap out of your horns downtown, is that peaceful? That's a noise violation.
Yeah.
It's against the law, so it's not peaceful,
No.
right? So that's the
Mhm.
only thing that I was questioning about. And then of course blocking off the borders and stopping export and import. That I don't know if that's so much peaceful. I don't know.
Well,
right?
ambulances can't even come through, so people are.
I just,
passing away
the message
over
is
this.
right. The truckers were on the right idea. They had the right intent. It's just, the people, right? We tend to get mixed messages. And so what started as a little thing ended up becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And now, of course, you get everybody together like that. It's easy to go.
Yeah.
And it just tunnels. What do you call that? Tunnel messaging?
Bad telephone.
Bad telephone, right? So by the time the good message, it makes it around 30 people, 40, all of a sudden the message is getting twisted. It hits 100 people, it's twisted, and now you got a problem, right? So,
Yeah.
and the truckers they're doing it. They were doing the right thing. They're doing it for the right reasons. I totally
But
agree.
everybody else has their own agenda.
Yeah, everybody else had their own agenda,
That's the
and that's
problem.
what forced Trudeau to come in. There was
Yeah.
literally signs all over the place saying, hang Trudeau. There's...
Well, if
So-
I'd have been there, I'd have had one of them signs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I
I
get
don't-
it. But I don't
I
know
don't
if I
get
would
none.
have been like standing there waiting for a horse to trample me.
No, but I'd get out of the way of the horses.
Yeah,
and the army.
Yep.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
but anyway.
I try to stay clear of all that and don't even try not to even know anything about all that.
Yeah, I agree
I
with you.
get
It's
this
just tough.
depression.
It's really tough. Well, your card records. It's
Mhm.
all we're seeing in Canada right now, so it's really
It's
tough.
only so long.
I just pray for the people, man. I pray for
Well,
all
that
of
ain't
them
no
out
telling what beef is
there.
gonna go
Yeah.
to down here. So we get a
Yeah,
lot
well,
of beef from we buy a lot of beef from Canada.
yeah, and we ship all our supplies, across. That's the whole deal with Trudeau, right? We have the free trade clause, so all of our wood gets chopped down, sent to use. You till it down, make it 2x4s, and send it back.
Yeah.
We buy it back off you. I'm serious.
Same
it's
thing
true.
with the gas and the oil and
Gas and
whatnot.
oil. So like
It's
everybody's gonna pay for
the
this. Right?
stupidest clause
I think
ever.
actually I just seen they jacked up the gas price here in Canada another $3.04 or something overnight. So I don't know. I could tell. Let me see. Gas price in Canada. Let's see.
Hope you guys out in the UK are all right after that storm.
Yeah, because we had that storm bad.
Oh, it rolled through here like a.
Can you imagine what
Son of a
90k
gun.
winds do to a trailer?
Steve, I was so scared I couldn't sleep. Things were pelting. The trailer was shaking. The trailer. I
Okay.
thought the walls of Hades were coming down on me for
Oh,
sure.
that
Like,
At least I know I had a roof because I tarped the whole thing and the tarp stayed up there.
oh yeah.
Okay.
I was surprised.
That's all you could hear. All my.
I thought for a
Yeah.
second we were gone with the wind fabulous. You know what
There you
I mean? You know?
Oh, it looks
Well,
like.
we're talking about Canada and the U.S. and
Oh,
the imports
no.
and exports and stuff going both ways. How would you like to live in Australia,
Oh, I
where
don't know.
where everything is imported?
Every.
I can't imagine what it costs to live in Australia.
Yeah.
And the
That's
only
true.
other country I would ever want to live in besides the U.S. is Australia. I've always said that. Ever since I learned about Australia, I love the people, but I can't imagine what the cost of living is in Australia with everything basically being an import.
Yeah, and they're gonna jack that up now, even when it comes out of it, because you have to think of all the policing and everything that's going on. That's all be considered back pay, so that gives them justifiable reason to jack everything up to pay for all the overtime hours, right? So that's why they're jacking up the. Oh, Michael says I could hear the tarp flapping through your live. Yeah,
Right?
yeah, we were live. You could hear it all going on our
And
trailer.
it got worse than that even after.
Look, I
was
know
like,
how bad
oh,
it
is
is.
it gonna
And
happen today?
Okay, hold on. Steve's talking.
Sorry.
I know how bad it is. And when I spent 5 days, went on a fishing trip up North Mississippi, and it rained. It must have rained. Well, I watched that reservoir. It rose 3 feet while I was sitting there fishing or trying to fish. Couldn't fish. Hell, it did. It rained all day, every day, 5 days. And it was 2 of us, and we had to go outside to talk under the canopy. It was so loud in there from that rain and stuff. Hey, Tim. Yeah, I know it gets loud in a camper or a trailer.
Holy,
Steve's talking.
I know. It says, I'm hearing
I'm
them.
just messing with him.
Oh, she's trying to mess with me now because I told her Steve's talking, so she just did it.
But I don't have the headsets on.
So apparently, within the next 2 months, gas prices in Canada will be $2 a liter.
Ugh.
$2. Right now, it's at 1.6. But look at
A
let's see
liter,
if I can
that's
get it on there.
liter, that's
That's
$8
expensive.
a gallon. That's about $8 a gallon.
Look at 175 a liter,
Oh,
180 a liter for regular gasoline.
good gravy.
Holy man!
What is it, about 4 liters in a gallon? 3.5 liters
I
in a
noticed the
gallon.
Yeah.
US dollar
Yeah.
went up though.
So now you're gonna do. Oh yeah, that's crazy, man. That
Yeah.
that squishes the middleman right out. How do you go to work every day and still make a living at $20 an hour? You can't.
Mm.
No.
No
You're
way.
done. Anyways, not politics. More about fishing. What's about the
Or
weather?
whatever Steve wants to talk about.
Wharfdale Fishing says the weather is still not good here in the UK. Yeah, I heard you was gonna get a second hit of this.
Yeah.
That's what that's what it looks like. I seen I have the weather app on, like a few weather things that go on, but I have one that gives me all the updates throughout this side of Ontario, right? Because I want to know what's, because it'll tell me if I see the weather that's going on across Ontario on your side, I'll see it in a day, and that
Yeah.
affects the fishing
Hmm.
over here, right? Everything changes. So
Hopefully it ain't any worse than it already was, because we might have to batten down the hatches and actually spike in this trailer to the ground. Who's got a hand on
no,
her? I
truth
can
be
bolt
told,
off
though,
to?
I have inso board. I have half-inch inso board going around the trailer, and then I have hay bales going around that. If that had not been there last night, I'm pretty sure we would have been rolling, because I'm still on the
Lift off.
wheels. I'm not jacked up, right?
Yeah.
So she would have been rolling down the field, or I would have been doing the what do you call it? Where the red, what is it? Red. Who's the Dorothy?
Dorothy, yeah.
Where they're flicking.
I'd be clicking
yellow-
my heels and ain't nothing would have happened. Unless they threw out some Flintstone feet to stop this trailer. I don't see nothing but
Is
changing.
that Dorothy from Iowa in the
Yeah.
Yellow Brick Road?
Yeah, we would have been flying, man. Maybe I would have made it to the States then.
I've been begging for the wizard.
How would they stop me? I just landed in Steve's backyard. I need a new camper, bro. If I was close, I'd buy that camper, Steve. I'll tell you right
Honestly,
now. I would have
yeah.
bought it. Like if I was your way, I would have bought it. I think it's a great camper,
Oh,
especially for the summer.
You think the gas is gonna be bad? Wait till you see the duty on a trailer overboarder. Woo-hoo. Oh my gravy.
Hey, you talking about that? You know, they told us, my daughter-in-law told us tonight that the horses got to get passports to come up there for that horse show.
What?
That is what she said.
So each individual horse has to have like a
Some
passport.
sort of passport to come into Canada.
Oh yeah,
Is that true?
Yeah. that's true.
I don't know. I have to look that up. Let me see. I'll find out. I'll look right now quickly for you and see.
Yeah, you're
Well, how the
going
hell
over
does
the
a
border.
horse sign his name
That's
on
true.
something?
They need the papers.
Maybe the blood work and everything like that, just to
I
prevent,
don't
so they
know.
know.
I mean,
Let me see.
No, it's
She
What
called
is
it
it?
a passport.
What is it called, Steve? So like horses crossing. Oh, I'll just go. Do horses need passports? Which is so weird.
They
I'm
have
googling
paperwork. Yeah, the horses come
Passports
with their
this
papers.
to cross to Canada.
Like if they're bled in properly from the bloodline.
Oh, it is. Look
It's
at.
true. Yeah.
Unique Canada passports are mandatory documents for all horses
Yes.
and ponies entering
It's true.
eventing hunter and jumping competitions.
Yes.
All horses must have either a valid EC passport with a
Yep.
current horse license sticker or be registered at each competition where the passports
Yep.
are required
It's true. Yep.
for Canada.
I knew
That's
that.
crazy. Look.
I told you.
That's a hell of a deal. The horse. How does he sign his name
Yeah.
on anything?
It's the absolute truth, Steve. Honest to goodness.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
Holy.
I could have told you that without you looking it up. 'Cause
How does a horse?
I
How
know
does
lot
a
of
horse
people that
sign a
show all the way
passport?
around, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. What do they act like? I mean, I get if you were a child, your parents would do it for you. If you're under
That's
the age of
crazy.
18.
I
But
figured a
That's
cognitive test.
Basically, over border travel, though, a horse is like an entity or a person, kind of, where it's on carry, right? So, yeah, you need a passport for the horse.
say that again. What?
Basically, a horse is going over borders treated like an entity or a person on carry. So, yes,
Yeah.
you do need a passport for the horse.
She's super smart, man. I don't know how I got her. Like,
Yeah, they have to be well papered, too. Yeah.
okay, hold on.
Well,
Steve.
you know, these horses, they got cognitive tests they have to do and all of that. But I don't know. I guess that's, I don't know. But it's
Yeah.
it's the law.
No, it's true, Steve. Yeah, it's true. Especially for jumping competitions, yeah.
Well, it
Just
specifically mentions how to jump. And that
Jumping
Check
dressage,
that
any
he read
showing.
there.
Yeah,
That's
Oh, no.
wild.
yeah.
Oh, my back.
Yeah. Well, y'all, I think I'm fixing to try to take a little nap. I'm getting kind of sleepy.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you very much, Steve.
Well,
for
Yeah.
going
I
live.
enjoyed talking to y'all. It was nice. I enjoyed listening with the folks in the chat. It's 4 4:30, about 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 5:30 here.
I may go in there and wake my wife up and tell her to cook me some breakfast.
He says he might go wake his wife up and tell her to cook him some breakfast.
Oh.
You might
But-
end up with a little more blood on the shirt.
But I might not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kitty yields a frying pan, not just the claws.
I want her- I wake her up at 4:30, tell her to cook me some breakfast. You wouldn't hear nothing but one bang.
Yeah.
At 38 be ringing all through this house.
Yeah.
We'd be
Well, hey, buddy,
But-
thank you so much for going live, man. Letting us
Yeah,
be a part
man.
of your panel, buddy. It's
Yeah.
super cool. I
Thanks,
hope it
Steve.
helps. I hope you get a good sleep, buddy.
Tim, Michael, Dale, all you guys, thank y'all for coming in. And I'm gonna say
Yep.
good night.
All right,
See
buddy.
y'all later.
Night.
Night night.
Sleep well.
I am.